and welcome back to another episode of Orchids, World, and More. My name is Daya, and today we are at Palmer's Orchids Open House, and they have a lecture today by Kathy. It's called Seasonal Growing. It's going to be a great lecture, and I really hope you enjoy it, so let's check it out.
Okay, I'm talking about seasonal orchids, okay? Orchids that bloom seasonal. Go in the house and look around. These are the orchids that bloom this time of year. Yeah. If you're looking for things to rebloom, a lot of these things are only once a year blooming. Some of them bloom more than once a year. Questions to ask, okay? And I'm being very casual with you all, so please feel free to stop me and ask questions. Orchids bloom on the new growth. Most orchids bloom on the new growth. There are some that bloom on the old growth, and that's really fun. Okay, so you want that new growth to come out and grow. Fertilizer is important. Different orchids take, well, I'm going everywhere. Let's start again. Orchids. Okay, there are 5 major groups of orchids. And during the season, every year, they're going to bloom once a year. 5 major groups. Lady slippers is one. And I'm holding up 2 dendrobiums, 2 different dendrobiums.
Now, what's the difference between the soft dendrobium and the hard cane?
Okay.
I don't know which I have and which to stop.
The hard canes. The hard canes are the ones where the new growth should be coming and growing straight up. Okay? They look more like a bamboo kind of thing where the new growth. Mm-hmm. Okay, the pendulous type and the nobulates type, which is the reason I didn't bring any, because look, there are a ton of them here. These are the ones that you slack off during winter. They very rarely water them.
So those that I have that are in bloom now, they're the hard canes.
Not necessarily. Yeah, I would say yes. Yeah. Most of the soft cane, or most of the pendulous type bloom in the late summer or late winter and early spring. And then they grow for the growing season, and then they say Thanksgiving. You're supposed to cut the water off on those. Okay? So,
and they kind of just cascade.
A lot of times. Now, people will tie them up, especially the nobulate types, because it's more like a bamboo. Well, let me grab one.
Yeah.
If you want to see the flowers, if you don't have it mounted or hanging in a basket and you want to see the flowers, yeah, I would stake it just because they do flop over.
Yeah. Mine's like a yellow, kind of orangey yellow.
Yeah, there's like an Oriental smile that had pretty colors, big flower.
And so that blooms generally late summer and winter?
No, late winter, early spring.
Early spring.
The pendulous and the nobulate type, that's usually their thing. And then they grow for the rest of the summer.
And how about water for those guys?
Okay, Thanksgiving, you cut way back on the water. Okay. I personally can't not water a plant.
Yeah.
So I really try hard, tie my hands behind my back, not to water them more than once every week or 2. Mm-hmm. Now I have other mounts that I water every other day. The daily watering on a Vanda, I'm off on that one. We're back to dendrobiums.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Nobulades, the pendulous ones, come out and hang down and bloom on either side. Yeah, those are their winter rest ones. And look at it, it's kind of ugly looking. And that's a dead giveaway too, because it drops its leaves during the winter.
Mm-hmm. I thought mine were dying. And then when
I
threw one away, and I'm like, why did I do it?
As long as the canes are green on these, you're in good shape. If you see them brown and ooey, that's a problem.
How do you know when to repot? Mine's like really full.
Now is not the time to repot.
No.
Okay? Yeah. And I'm going to tell you pretty much on everything, don't repot it. It's cold. And I'm guaranteed, well, I'm not. I'm thinking that you guys don't have greenhouses. Okay? So,
cool area.
You're moving your plants when it gets cold. Or you're doing something with them. They're not staying in that same spot. When you repot an orchid, you want to put it somewhere and you don't want to move it. They don't want to be disturbed while they're rooting in their pots. When you disturb them, they just are not happy. So if that's the issue and you're moving your plants around due to the weather, if your plant's fine in that pot, leave it there until the spring.
Okay.
Or with these after they bloom.
Okay.
Okay?
So springtime, they when they do stuff with them.
And then these, okay, again, after these bloom. Okay? Because they're going to bloom late winter, early spring.
Okay.
And I'm sorry about the mounting thing, but it's just not the right time of year to be doing that stuff. Okay? She was asking about mounting as well. Mounting, I'm going to tell you it's the same thing as repotting. I'm going to tell you hold off on it until the spring and then tear it apart. With these, because they've been in this pot for so long, nope, I wouldn't even do that till after they bloom. Then I'd be taking it apart and mounting it. Mount into a piece of driftwood. I put these on my trees at home. I have all that's like hanging. And if you haven't noticed, Robert does a lot of plants attached to his trees as well. They just kind of cascade down the side of the tree. And right now, I can tell you every single leaf is as yellow as it can be. We had, where I live, which is off the end of Fruitville Road, a 28-degree temperature out there 2 weeks ago. And anything that I had hanging in my trees that had green leaves, oh, yeah, they're gone now.
Yeah.
So,
My dendrobiums, like on the tips, got white.
burns.
And that was from the cold, right?
Probably. Yep. My standard cane dendrobiums like this
Yeah.
inside my greenhouse, which is heated, which dropped to 50 degrees. Have dropped almost every single leaf as well.
Wow. So it'll come back.
Oh yeah. As long as my canes are green, I'm not really worried about it. I just have these funky looking dendrobiums that are as tall as me that are turning yellow and looking pretty funky. So
let them go.
there's nothing I can do. I can't keep them from turning yellow. They just got cold. They don't.
You always like leave the yellow leaves on, and then if they drop, they drop.
Oh, they'll eventually drop. I don't try to cut them away. Because again, a lot of mine, because I have a greenhouse, I did some repotting recently. And I'm not moving those plants around. And they're also very susceptible to the cold. So yeah, I just leave them there and they fall and I pick them up. Okay?
Yeah.
Any other questions about dendrobiums? Water all year round, water when it's warm. How about if we do that?
Yeah. Now that one goes all year round.
You water it year round. Blooms twice a year, okay? So spring and fall is usually when I see them. Again, go in there and pick one out that you like.
The bamboo and you put on the tree, right?
Yeah, she put them on the tree.
That's what that one guy's been doing on it.
And this is the one I'm going to tell you. If you decide to put this on a tree, go for more like a crotch area.
That's where I put mine.
Because if you try to put it to the tree like this, these things are going to crimp.
Oh,
Canes,
yeah.
because they come out and get taller and taller and taller.
So
The weight of them would just whoop off.
I left mine in the wooden basket about this big,
Mm-hmm.
and we put it in the crotch of the tree.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It's getting a little more sun right now, but I think it'll adapt.
It's perfect time for them to get a brighter light because it's cooler. If it was the dead of the summer, it would be telling you. We're dark or hot, okay? In order, you can burn your plants really easy by sticking them in the sun. There's no question about it. Very few orchids take sun. They want bright light and degrees of light, okay? One of the tricks I picked up way early, somebody showed me, touch your plant. If you're concerned that it's on fire and you put your hand on it and you're like, oh, it's on fire, it really is. Get it out of the sun, okay? They are temperature sensitive and you can tell by your hand if that plant is on fire. Okay? Okay, so fertilize every 2 weeks or every other watering. The other thing we haven't gone over is fertilizer, but orchids really respond well to it. No fertilizer for the winter. Okay? The Laturia type dendrobiums, you will see these bloom all winter. They are a true winter bloomer. Flowers last about 3 months. If you get them out in the white, a lot of times they glisten. They're so pretty. They get a little glitter to them. Anyway, love these plants as well, and they will bloom all winter.
What are they called?
These are Laturia type dendrobiums. They come from Australia. There's a whole group of them.
So when they keep growing like this and you get really long out of your pot, what do you do then?
You repot it.
You put it in water and not now though, right?
Right.
Not now until spring.
Not now until spring, right?
Okay, cool. Got it.
As long as this, see how I'm moving this plant around and it's not wiggling in the
Yes,
pot,
yeah,
and
yeah.
it'll be fine until the spring,
Okay.
until it gets finished blooming. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
I want to put the stuff down in there. It's like, oh no, no, no.
Yeah, give it to us.
Oh, thank you. She's really generous.
Since they aren't my plants, no.
That is pretty.
Oh, I put that back in the wrong spot.
I won't tell. I won't tell on.
Okay, one of the major groups, lady slippers.
Yeah, that was the one I was just looking at to get. I don't know if I can do it.
Some little kid had to point out the slipper to me some 30 years ago. It's like, oh, okay, now I get it.
So
But
how hard is it?
slippers. Okay, when you look at where that bloom spike's coming out, the fan, that plant below where the spike is coming, the whole fan, okay? I got my thumbs on it.
Okay.
That's where that flower's coming out, okay? It will never bloom again in that spot ever again, okay?
Yeah.
It's a long, drawn-out process that just slowly dies away. And as that's dying away, you got new growth coming out in the front or in the side, or you may have several new growths coming out. That's where your next flower is going to come from, that new growth. I'm generally going to say it's more like a year and a half before you get them to rebloom. They're a little slower growing. But the flowers on these will hold up for months as well. And in all the years past, I have been told that slippers and bows are like your lowest light orchids that there are to grow. So if you're in a low light, try these as well. Okay? Slippers, you don't ever let them go dry. They have hairs on their roots and they just don't like to go dry. But they don't want to be kept wet either. They want to be watered, left to dry, depends on what you've got them planted in.
So is that size sufficient for that container?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Orchids prefer to be squished in a pot over potted. And I can't stress that enough.
Right, that we did already.
Okay.
But I was just wondering how long you wait to transplant that.
About every 3 to 4 years, I'm going to change the media in whatever pot I'm growing in. And it's because that media is breaking down and composting. And that's the reason I'm changing it.
Well, that makes more sense.
Okay? And that's one of the big key factors that gardeners have such a hard time remembering. Orchids hate composting material, which everything else just loves it, but your orchids hate it. They want nice, fresh mix that they can grip to and doesn't hold moisture. Okay?
So that means don't use a lot of water. You're about to say.
It's one of those, give it a feel. I do a lot of things by weight. If it's heavy, then I'm going to put it down for another couple days. I'm going to tell you about every 4 days, at least check it. My personal lady slippers at home get watered about every other day.
Oh, wow.
But they're in fresh mix and they're hanging under my vandas, which I don't water my vandas enough. They get watered every other day. So they tend to like moisture over dryness. If they go dry, they're just not happy. Again, there are these fuzzy little hairs on them, on all the roots that just, no, they don't like to go dry. Okay, and this is the Mod Vod type, the variegated foliage. That's what I've always heard it called. They get massive ones. And slippers can come with long dragon petals coming off of them. And there's something once you master them that you just have a hard time walking away from. Okay? Any questions about
If
slippery?
you asked her
Yeah, I
that.
had one. I had one too, but she didn't do the pretty good.
The first time I ever saw slippers was before I ever got involved in orchids, and they were for sale in Home Depot. There was
wow.
there was a little plant like this in a 3-gallon pot. No wonder they all died.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, there used to be some of that. Okay, so we went over slippers and dendrobiums. I have some vandas here. I didn't get real carried away. Again, I'm just going to tell you to go in there and pick out something that's blooming right now because most likely it's going to be blooming the same time next year.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay?
I think I want to take that dendrobium home.
That Laturia one. That's
Yeah.
Roy Takanara. He's one of the
It's
growers.
chopping to me.
Okay,
I don't have it.
Vandas.
Yeah.
These are very heavy waters.
Don't you have it?
If you like to water, definitely take Vandas home. I can't stress that enough. As you walk into Robert's Vanda house, you see all his beautiful Vandas over there. Okay, this is what he does. He turns that irrigation on every morning. And it goes off for 8 minutes every morning.
So they're gonna get them running out of water.
Were you the one I was talking to who had their cats and dens underneath their Vandas? Because I was talking to a lady today that said, "Oh, I keep my cats and dens underneath my Vandas." It's like, oh no, your Vandas aren't getting enough water.
Yeah.
So,
Cats are dying.
yeah, or they're getting watered and everything else is dying. But
Mhm.
yeah, they're very heavy waters. And on that note, they're very heavy feeders too. That irrigation over there, the fertilizer water comes right out the end of those hoses or right out the end of the nozzles in the top and runs for 8 minutes on these plants.
Every day.
Not every day. The fertilizer gets once a week. The everyday watering, 8 minutes. And I don't know how to tell you to figure it out. I know when I talk about Vandas, I always like to tell people, think of these roots like a Tootsie Roll Pop. You got to keep watering it to wash off the foliage or the root layers until you get to the middle.
Yeah.
Okay?
But I wrap with the palm tree and not give the water every day. Now
Yeah.
they grow like crazy because
Yeah.
they
And-
look
and
healthy, get green. Perfect.
that's
Yeah.
I can tell you how to grow them so they look like this.
Yeah.
If you want them just to grow and look like little palm trees, then you can water them once a week. I don't care.
Yeah.
But they're not going to look like this with all the
Right.
pretty foliage.
Yeah.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
What happens when Vandas don't get watered is they drop their old leaves. And they get cold too. They'll drop their old leaves. You end up with this little green spot on the top with a flower spike coming out. And if you're happy with that, you go for it. Okay?
Mhm.
It's just what floats your own boat. Okay? Okay. Any other questions about Vandas?
I've got 7 and buy anymore.
I did bring this one up because I wanted to point out the foliage on it.
That is different.
This is a quarter terete Vanda. And when you hear the word terete, that's when the sun comes in. Okay? So, quarter terete is a full sun Vanda. I mean, that is a terete Vanda. It's full sun. This is quarter terete. It's 1/4 of this plant.
Those are
is outdoors.
Vandas? Those things there? Those are those things you guys bought.
This is a Vanda. And this is
How
a
you doing?
terete Vanda. A full sun Vanda.
They grow in dirt, right?
This in a pot in medium.
Yeah.
It's not the epidendrons. This is a Vanda.
Like that, right?
No, that's an epidendron.
Oh, so this grows in dirt,
That goes
right?
into it.
It can,
That's what I
and it'll grow in mulch. Just for preference. Okay, so that's why I wanted to bring this in because a lot of people have, these can get touched with sun. Your Vandas can take some sun early morning, late afternoon.
Yeah.
It's the heat of the day cooking that they can't take. And again, don't forget that little trick. It's hot. Okay? Vandas will tell you too. Okay.
So they're basically semi
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
just a couple hours of sun, not full sun.
Okay. Cattleyas.
I get.
And I've just brought out one of these, a couple of these little hybrid cattleya. These are no-dosa crosses. Okay?
What?
No-dosa crosses. Brassifolia nodosa is one of the main orchids that they've used in breeding orchids for years. Common name for Brassifolia nodosa is Lady of the Night. Very fragrant at night only. Okay? So therefore, a lot of their hybrids are the same. I don't know if this is fragrant because I'm never up at night or close to it, but I pretty much say, yeah, I'm going to have a fragrance tonight. These will as well. But you can walk in that greenhouse and smell out every single nodosa hybrid in there, and you're not going to get fragrance. But tonight, oh, what's this now? So, and I brought these out as just a small collection of cattleya types. Cattleyas are the ones that we used to wear on our arms and on our chest. Again, there are like the Walkerianas. It's their time of year to bloom. Percivallianas will do the winters. There are cattleya species that bloom year round, but it's a once a year bloom. The Walkerianas don't bloom once, and that fragrance is going to be killer.
Yeah. I sat down and I said, "What do I smell?" That's so pretty.
And I did bring one of the mounted ones in because I just love the smell. And you had asked about mounting. I pulled this just down out of there. Mounting orchids, mounting a cattleya. I'm going to water this more like I'm going to water a vanda than I am in a pot. Okay? Because I've mounted it. I've taken away the media that's holding it, some moisture to it. So you can't expect the air to take care of this plant. You are going to have to water it. Okay, I can't stress that enough. On the art festivals that I work sometimes, we have vandas hanging in front of a little store. And I can't tell you how many people think those vandas just hang out and you never have to water them. And I'm looking at it going, but there's nothing in the baskets. They're just roots hanging. I'm going to water the crap out of them. But, oh yeah, they're air plants. They are not air plants. Okay? Very few orchids are air plants. Certain times of the year, as we said, you're going to slack off on the water on some of them. And the other tip, I want to make sure everybody knows, cold. When it gets cold, don't water your orchids before a really cold night. Okay? Your orchids prefer to be dry during the cold than wet.
As everybody on Facebook and orchid groups, oh, they'll be fine. I'm watering them, you know.
No. You want them to be dry. You do not want them to be wet.
So even
The purple one, can that go like under 40 degrees or
The vandas, if they're in bloom, don't let them drop below 55.
55?
Okay.
I cover mine because they kind of like attach to my wall in my pool area, so I can't move them. So I just cover them.
You're young.
I don't want to hurt them, you know.
What do you cover them with?
Sheets. I have sheets and stuff.
Go for a blanket
Yeah, I have
or
blankets,
quilts or
yeah.
something that's at least got some
My
warmth
granddaughter
to
has
it.
blankets.
With the lights on out there.
I actually would take Christmas lights, those old ones
Yeah.
that gave off some heat, and I wrap it around I have an old wash basin stand that has vanilla growing in it. I put the lights through it and turn them on, and it burns the crap out of my vanilla, so I know it's giving off heat. But there are all kinds of, like, I'm seeing garden trays that are heating trays that you see on the internet now. It's like, so think about that as well. Yeah, there's some of these really innovative little personal heater kind of things or something, but you take a chance when you tie your plants to your trees from the weather, from the hurricanes, from the cold.
Yeah, you take a chance.
That's just it.
That's life.
Okay.
So do you spray that to water, or do you dip it in something, or you just? How do you water?
I got the end of that hose, and I remember.
Yeah.
And I remember even this one. Think of those roots as a Tootsie Roll Pop. You got to get through it and through it and through it.
And how much does that cost?
How much? This is not for sale. Sorry, she just bought one.
200.
How much?
200.
Oh, she's got a much bigger plant.
Yeah, look at all the.
I have a lot, but I found it. I just picked this only one.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's so
I had it in my hands earlier and I brought it out, so I'm glad I left it behind. This one I saw the red tag and well, at least I know they don't have to
Yeah, I
sell
saw that too. I cannot get. I have only one left.
Yeah.
I get that.
But you have a red tag too.
It's sold.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey,
Okay.
already paid. Yeah.
Wow.
Oncidiums. You didn't do oncidiums.
Beautiful.
You can smell.
Yeah, I smelled that one. Yeah.
The cherry babies are blooming right
Yeah.
Cherry babies. We have cherry babies.
Yes.
That's another one I'll see twice a year.
Oh.
Okay.
And then
You do what?
Prolific bloomers. Flowers last about 2 weeks. The fragrance on those cherry babies is the one everybody says smells like chocolate.
Is that the Oncidium ones?
Yep,
Yeah,
Oncidium cherry baby. When you look at a cherry baby, I'm going to tell you, you're always going to find spots on the foliage on them. It's in the original plants. No matter what you do, those spots will be there. So don't freak out. Okay?
Somebody said that if
really?
you did Epsom salt,
It doesn't matter what you do. Those spots are in there.
Because mine, yeah, mine
Mine does that.
has spots. I thought it was getting too much sun where it's at.
And that will take some of it away, but those spots are there no matter what you do.
they say it's
Okay.
because of the pigment of the color of the.
I've got
It's been in that
different
plant for the past 30 years.
And
I've
you
been
say they
exposed to it.
bloom twice a year?
Usually I see them twice a year.
How about
Main one
light?
now and then usually in the spring. I'm sorry?
Light and water.
Okay, Oncidiums. That's where we were going. Okay.
Hi.
Oncidiums. They're the funkiest looking things. They always have these pseudobulbs on the bottom. That's what those big old
those are
flinky
weird,
things
yeah.
are pseudobulbs. This one's slightly sunken in, which that's really what you need to worry about. Okay? The newest growth is the biggest growth on these plants, so those are the where those huge pseudobulbs are. Okay, but when I turn the plant around, here's the beginning, way down here. This little thing at my thumb. Okay, so that's where the plant started, was in there, and every time it gets bigger and bigger, up and up and up. Okay, usually they bloom on either side of the pseudobulb as well. So sometimes you'll see like this one's only bloomed on one side. It may come back and bloom on the other side. But as the plant gets bigger, it will probably throw bloom spikes out both sides. Check the planting media, okay? These are planted in sphagnum moss. It's very, very water retentive. And watering these plants maybe would be once a week because of the moss, okay? I could plant this thing in bark and water it twice a week. But the moss is very water retentive and you have to be very careful not to overwater it. Okay? Go ahead.
After the bloom fall off,
Cut the flower
cut
spikes
that
away.
out. Do you cut back the stem?
All the way. As close to the plant as you can get it.
Oh, no.
Right to here. Okay? Because these things don't bloom off the old spikes.
They go.
Okay?
Uh-huh.
I do more mounting with oncidiums or hanging them in baskets and had very good luck with those as well. These grow prolifically in my oak trees and they are such pretty bloomers. They bloom
Like
3
in
to
a
4 times.
basket?
No, they're on the oak tree.
No, but I'm
Stuck to it.
saying,
Right.
you just let them cascade.
They're just beautiful.
They are.
The bigger they get, the more they bloom, and it just.
I find
This
them
is
easy
the
to grow.
solid yellow form. There's yellow and orange.
So how do you put them in a basket?
Again, I would hold that off till the spring, but just take it out of the pot. And I am not a proponent.
Like the moss?
I would take it out of the moss and put it in bark.
Yeah, that's what I do.
I don't like this.
So how's it going to stay in the bark if the basket, well, wouldn't be tilted then?
Well,
You have to hold it straight or
Wire
put
it.
it in
You can do
straight?
so many different
Just
things.
wires?
Yeah.
it can be in
Wire,
a pot in the basket.
It can be, but this is in sphagnum moss, and don't do that with this.
No, but with the media, the
Yep.
bark.
How long is the bloom last?
Weeks. Just
Yeah.
a couple weeks.
Maybe a
And
month.
then it's done, and then you wait for another year.
No, these will bloom more than once a year.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yes, there is a lot of that. You're going to wait for a whole nother year before it blooms.
When do you repot?
I'm generally, I'm going to tell you in the spring, as soon as it's warm, and you know you're not going to be moving them around due to the cold. And there's a lot of variance in all of what I'm saying. Certain plants you don't want to repot. There are certain watering practices. There are like Miltonias. There are just a few plants that don't like water to the foliage. So make sure that you find out specifically what your plant likes. But when you group in the cattleyas and the dendrobiums and get a group together, it's very easy to grow them as unisons. But then I'm going to say, oh, you can't keep all your orchids together either. Okay? Your Phalaenopsis. Nobody kick that chair.
What do you mean you can't keep them all together?
Well, you don't.
These are the lowest light orchid there is. And if you put these in with these, and these are going to be the only ones that are going to bloom, because those aren't getting enough light. Okay?
These need a lot of light.
A brighter light. Again, these are the lowest light orchid there is. Okay? Any other orchid you take home is going to be brighter light. So if you've mastered this good, now you get to step it up. The other thing about Phalaenopsis is you can't, for the length of time the flowers last. They're considered the longest lasting flower there is. And they can last up to 3 months. So they are also the only orchid they can force into bloom. That's why you see them year round. Okay?
Like the cold at night.
Our blooming season here is usually late winter, early spring. They should be, probably are going to start to see them initiating their bloom spikes. Now, as far as the old bloom spikes go, well, that's a hard one. I can't still to this day answer that and say, oh, just do this. When they get finished blooming and they drop all their flowers away, if this spike is still green or of color, it's possible that it could throw flowers at any node, which this is a node. Little spot on the stem. Okay? It's possible. And it might not. I don't know if you like looking at that stick sticking up green or not. It's just more your preference. I can tell you in years past in the commercial industry, when these things fell off and all the flowers are gone away, we'd cut the spike back as close to the plant as we can get it, dump that plant out of the pot, and repot it immediately. And that's how we took care of the flower spikes. Okay? It's like toss a coin. If you fertilize your plants, when it goes, and it will throw out a new spike every year. This is not the only thing that's going to bloom year after year for you. There should be new ones coming out. Okay? Okay. I brought this one out because I wanted you to look at the flowers.
Oh, I know.
They're different.
Not that one.
These are, I always thought they called them caloric. They're missing the lip. That's what draws your eyes to them. And you'll see them in all colors. They're now starting to make these.
What are they
colors? Oh, Phalaenopsis. Don't have any names on them.
Almost peachy. No, I'm.
Okay, what kind of questions do we have for Phalaenopsis?
To go back.
I went over the light. I went over the sphagnum moss in these pots. These pots, maybe once every 2 weeks, I'm going to give them water because of that moss. Same plants, same spot, or same size pot in bark. It'd be serious water once a week. Okay? Can't stress this sphagnum moss stuff hard enough. It can be great for some plants, and other plants, it can be a real rotting tool. Okay? We talked about pot sizes when you go to repot. I'm telling you, as far as seasonal, come back every 3 months. Pick out a beautiful flower. Most likely it'll be blooming the next year. Now, as far as the decorative cattleyas go, I didn't bring any really big ones out because, as you can see, they're selling faster than we can keep them on the bench. I love those things, and that's what most of my cattleyas at home are large. Now the new varieties that they have up in the 4-inch pots, the smaller plants, the smaller flowers, they bloom so frequently that there's your payoff right there. You're going to see them bloom 2 or 3 times a year. As soon as you can get that new growth up and mature, you're going to get flowers. Where the big cattleyas, a lot of them is once a year, once every 8 months. And again, most of your orchids are going to bloom on the new growth, but there are exceptions to that rule as well. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Anybody have any questions, first of all, about seasonal orchids? Oh, good. Okay, then I'm opening it up. If you got any questions about anything, let's go for it. Okay, that was easy.
Well, do you recommend the bark versus the sphagnum moss?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm either going to recommend bark, or they do have some tree fern mix up there. I will incorporate the tree fern in with the bark mix for some plants. But yeah, I'm going for bark mix mostly. Or mounts. I mount a lot of my own personal orchids
I
at
like
home.
this one.
So, do you not fertilize as often in the cooler weather?
Because I'm not watering as often. Yeah.
So, in the warmer weather, once a week, once every 2
If
weeks?
it's a Vanda or something mounting that I'm watering heavy, I would do it once a week. In a pot, every other watering. And that's a good way to put it. Every other watering. Watering is an important to your plants. It's a great thing to wash off the dirt. It's also a natural deterrent for spider mites, which spider mites are rampant right now. Okay? Spider mites are always in the hot, dry season, and I know the hot doesn't necessarily go, but the dry really gets home. A couple weeks ago, I had a lady come in, and she's like, my dendrobium's all gray. It's like, I know exactly what your problem is. You got spider mites. And the other thing is your phone. It's a great tool. I'm like, show me a picture of spider mites on dendrobiums. Does it look like that? Yeah.
Oh, really?
So start using your phones as well, because they really will. Now, I'm not saying everything's right on them, but it was wonderful to be able to say, is this what your dendrobium looks like?
So
The damage.
I use 3-in-1.
You gotta use chemicals. It's a chemical thing. Check your labels. See what lists spider mites.
Yeah, 3-in-1. They say, I use that.
Make sure to get up underneath your foliage as well. But that's why I stress water, because up underneath the foliage, all over the plants, they hate it. The other thing I did mention, or someone was talking to me earlier about thrips. Okay? Thrips. Thrips are an insect that attacks your flowers. Okay? You'll get a flower spike up, you'll see the flower buds going, and all of a sudden, it's brown. And you've lost all your flowers. They also are very prevalent. Thrips, if you have a lot of gardenias, hibiscus, all those beautiful flowers that grow in your yard, that's what's drawing the thrips in, and then hitting your orchids as well. Or I'm not saying it's flowering plants that thrips attack.
And how do you treat those?
Label instructions, find a chemical that's listed for thrips. And I'm going to tell you to reapply, because that was, she said, I sprayed them once. It's like, yeah, that's not going to work. You're going to have to do it 2-3 times.
Does soapy water do anything?
You'll have to try, sorry. I'm going to get
I've
some serious
been doing that
chemicals
on my
out.
hibiscus. I think it's doing it.
Sorry, I'm a chemical baby, so that's what they taught me. No, I stay away from neem oil. Now, if you're going to use it, it's the perfect time. But the summer, you can put that stuff on your plants, and you're just signing that oven on it. It'll cook your plants. It's an oil. It's a suffocant.
Neem oil.
Yeah. So now's the time, if you're using neem oil, to use it, but avoid that for the summer, because it's a true oil.
Beanie. I think the neem oil doesn't do anything for me.
It gets in my nose. It's the smell that gets me. It's just so hot. When I hear the word oil, I'm like, no, because there's a lot of oil sprays as well for used to use them on citrus, and it's just as soon as I hear oil, I think of that whole plant just being smothered. So neem oil, it's perfect time right now. Okay? No, when our nighttime temperatures drop, you're in a good shape. But
Yeah.
I can't
be very
decide
careful
which
with
one
that during the heat of the
is
summer.
strange.
No, never mind. Don't use it
Well,
during the
I
heat
got
of the
that
summer.
big
Thank you.
Especially on a $200 plant.
Yeah.
Get a different plan.
Okay.
I use
I
with
don't know what
another. My
different
orchid, I take
I
care
like
like a
that, but I
baby.
think we bought just
Yeah.
Yeah.
You might not want to sit on my repotting class
Can we
in
get
the
the
spring
lemon
then,
drop?
Yeah.
because I do
So
not
I'm
treat them
gonna
like
get that
babies.
then. I'll wait to see if I can get
Okay.
one.
Any other questions? Did I go over everything you guys thought I needed to?
I like that
Please
one.
feel free to ask any of us questions. There's a bunch of us running around in Palmer shirts.
So I should wait before mounting it in a tree until it finished blooms.
And it warms up.
But this would be a good candidate for that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, and I
Thank you.
didn't mention Palmer's fertilizer, but he has formulated orchid fertilizer that
Yeah,
he
I
uses
love
on
that.
everything.
It's
So
pretty good.
it's great.
Yeah.
I tend to use the regular general all-purpose all the time.
Yeah.
Outside in my yard, I just use it on everything.
So I have a question
Go
off
ahead.
of the orchid. Somebody told me that they thought that, thank you, they were
You're
selling Dieffenbachia plants here. Do you
Yeah.
know if you have a Dieffenbachia?
Yeah, I don't know that we're selling them this year, but in the Vanda house, there's big Dieffenbachs.
I was looking for it.
Check the Vanda house.
Okay,
Yeah.
which one is that?
The second house.
The one where
I
they were
thought that's why
okay.
it was in.
That's I had
Well, I want to
French
get a
guy.
Dieffenbachia because mine.
Now I understand it. You say that
Did the
this-
Tootsie Roll Pop thing help? No.
because they not have enough water. They
Yeah,
get
a lot of
yellow.
leaves, yeah.
Now they have like a 10 or
You got a little
20.
palm tree up there.
And then
Squirrel
when
like
they don't
crazy.
have enough water, I have only 3. Thank you.
You're welcome. You
All right,
too.
who's
This
taking
one's
this
30.
turn?